All right, guys, Deuteronomy 34. It's very short. This is the last chapter of Deuteronomy 34. And Moses went up from the plains of Moab unto the mountain of Nebo. Moses went up, so they were in the plains of Moab, and he went up the mountain of Nebo, Nebo, to the top of Pisgah, Pisgah, that is over against Jericho. And the Lord showed him all the land of Gilead, unto Dan and all Naphtali, in the land of Ephraim and Manasseh. They were a little bit established already, and all the land of Judah unto the utmost sea, and the south, and the plain of the valley of Jericho, the city of palm trees, unto Zor. And the Lord said unto him, This is the land which I swore unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, saying, I will give it unto thy seed. I have caused thee to see it with thy eyes, but thou shalt not go over thither. So Moses, the servant of the Lord, died there in the land of Moab, according to the word of the Lord, and he buried him in a valley in the land of Moab, over against Beth Peor. But no man knoweth of his sepulchre unto this day. So no man knows where Moses is buried to this day. It's interesting that they would put that in there. Is it a secret or is it not real? And Moses was 120 years old when he died. His eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. So he wasn't even ready to die. So his eyes were still good because they were not dim, nor his natural force abated. And the children of Israel wept for Moses in the plains of Moab 30 days. So the days of weeping and mourning for Moses were ended. So they mourned for a month. And Joshua the son of Nun was full of the spirit of wisdom, for Moses had laid his hands upon him, and the children of Israel hearkened unto him, and did as the Lord commanded Moses. So they were they, Joshua had some respect. I don't know if he had his own army. I don't know if Moses had a supreme rule, and it was that, like, humans, like everybody talks smack about the boss. They might even talk smack about the boss to his right hand man. The right hand man knows a lot of things. I mean, if there's major concerns, he will bring it up to the boss. But the little gossips and what people really believe, sometimes the vice president knows a lot more, so to say, of a company. So Joshua and the children of Israel hearkened unto him. So Joshua had some, I don't know if he had some, I don't know, I don't know if he had his own cabinet. And there arose not a prophet since in Israel like unto Moses. And there arose not a prophet since in Israel like unto Moses, whom the Lord knew face to face. And all the signs and wonders which the Lord sent him to do in the land of Egypt to Pharaoh, and to all his servants, and to all his land, and in all that mighty hand, and in all that mighty hand, and in all the great terror which Moses showed in the sight of all Israel. Interesting. So it says right here, it says, it's like they don't know where he's buried, right? Then it also says, well, there has never been a prophet like him since in Israel. But then there's going to be some miracles later on in the Bible. So it's not like, all we know is that story of Moses. So that's our whole religion is based off that. No miracles have ever happened again. Because I think there's still going to be some wonders by God, right? Later on. This was like from the beginning of man, somewhere, like God created a one man, Garden of Eden. They left languages. There was only one language. It's kind of like, oh, why are we so diverse? Oh, because the Tower of Babel, they only had one language, so they were just trying to grow, which makes sense. If there's only one language, maybe we would advance a lot further. There wouldn't be so much division. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, these people were pretty smart. I mean, whoever wrote this, if this is fake, whoever wrote this is pretty smart. Like, that would, like, they probably thought, like, that would happen, right? If we all had one language, we'd be working together, and we probably would just make it to the moon already. But since we all have different cultures and we're divided and we look different, I don't know. If the way we look is evolution, from whatever part of the world we had predominantly been in, probably would mold our exterior, our features, you know. So it seems maybe it's a lot different than this one man and one woman that was given a name, you know. Were they given a name just for the sake of reading a book? Or like, I don't know, I'm just whoever wrote this, do they write from hearing the story? Because like if they wrote it right there, they would know where Moses was buried, shouldn't they have? And they've been writing names for certain locations here. Anyway, Moses doesn't get the land, you know. Moses doesn't. Moses buried in the land of Moab, Beth Peor. Nobody knows where. Mm. Thou shalt not go over. Moses dies. Remember, Moses dies. Moses wasn't even ready to die though. So like he still had good eyesight and his bones were still strong. His eye was not dim, nor his natural force abated. Natural force, like his leadership, like so he died still with that leadership, like that power of influence of God's power. So when he died, it had a big effect, you know. But then Joshua was there, and see what Joshua. See, end of Deuteronomy.